Quick Blockfi bankruptcy update video today. I haven't talked about crypto in a while because obviously I like to focus my attention on the positive, as you can tell by all the manifestation and positive business tips video. But I'm Monique, the work from home mogul, and a part about being a business owner is investing. So I did have some videos about dabbling into cryptocurrency with Blockfi, which has now filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. We're going to talk about that today with special guest Nervessa.
What's happening? What's going on? Ah!
Nervessa did actually have a reason to be nervous. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Celcius, Voyager, FTX, Blockfi, all pretty much donezo, thanks to some people doing some pretty fraudulent, corrupt securities fraud type stuff that affected loans and affected the end users, i.e. anyone going in there to just do some day trades, hold for a little bit, or use this as an investment platform by having an earn account. Now, as a business owner, you're always looking for ways to do more with your money. And there's plenty of business credit cards out there that give you rewards for spending, give you points. And there's accounts where you can get initial bonuses for putting money in. And then obviously there's CDs, stocks, and those things that appreciate over time. And Blockfi was a great option for putting your money into stablecoin because the returns were just so high. But because Blockfi had ties to FTX, having a lot of that to fund the investments and fund some of these high interest rates, the whole system just came down crashing. Now, Celcius took a hit way before all of that, and its bankruptcy proceedings and judgments, initial judgments, have come out. And how does that affect the proceedings that are coming in the future for Blockfi and FTX? We can kind of get an idea of what's going to happen. So I had about maybe 0.5% of Ethereum in Celcius. So I was grateful that I didn't have a lot in there, but also I've gotten the notices of what was happening, which I didn't pay any attention to in the beginning because, I don't know, I just didn't think it would ever happen again. But luckily we can learn from what Celcius has done, even though some of its internal operations were fraudulent, and get some foreshadowing on what's about to come. Bankruptcy proceedings last anywhere from 6 to 18 months on average. And it is said that the creditors, which is a term for the consumers that put assets into this platform, we are able to make claims to get some of that recouped. And essentially the claims amount to 50 to 60 cents on the dollar. So that is kind of an average of what to expect. Celcius started their proceedings about 6 months ago, and as of January 2023, the judge has made an initial 45-page document ruling that the coins belong to the debtor and not the creditor. This is not the best news if you just take the blanket statement, because what it's saying is that the debtors have those assets to do what they please with. Hopefully what they are pleased with doing is refunding the creditors. But initially they need those liquid assets in order to restructure and reorganize and make their company profitable enough to fill in that hole and start refunding people. And that is what the judge had made clear, just basically summarizing that it needs to restructure and make sure they can get as much as they can back to the creditors before some of these conglomerates. I think it is better that they refund the individual little guys before these conglomerates. So that is a good precedent that will hopefully be taken into consideration for these other Chapter 11 filings. So some good things about Blockfi is, one, they didn't withdraw any crypto or do any shady business after October 14th. And they filed for bankruptcy, I think, November 11th. So that's good, because in FTX and in Celcius, there's been millions or even billions in funds moved around right before they were gonna file bankruptcy, which is so corrupt. Another good thing about Blockfi is they're saying that the wallets belong to the customers. They are making a plea to the bankruptcy court that the Blockfi wallets are held by the consumer because they had no stake in it. They weren't using it as collateral to make investments to get interest on it. But that's also why people didn't really use the wallets that much. It was really the earn accounts where you got all the interest and where you had that red flashing sign that would come up every time you wanted to withdraw, telling you that you wouldn't be able to fund the account anymore. You weren't able to put any more funds into the account. So whatever was in there would be earning interest, and whatever you take out, you'd never get interest on. And I do think it was a little bit shady that they had that flashing warning sign all the time, because if you use this as an investment, you're looking for gains long term. You're not withdrawing all the time and taking losses. So we will need to see what the judge decides about the Blockfi wallet and about earn accounts, and to be updated on the documentation that they're sending as far as to filing claims. They're very transparent with these documents about when the claims need to be filed. They'll send a letter with what your account has in it, and if there's any discrepancies, you can fill out a form to correct it or to make your claims. Doesn't matter if you live within the United States or outside of it, everybody should be treated the same, is the basic gist of it, to file your claims. And that way, when distribution happens, they will try to make sure everybody is compensated equally. They're not really saying if that is in dollars, in stablecoin, in its original coin value, and the markets are going up and down. So there's just a lot of questions, and at this point, all we can do is wait and review the documentation. And for anyone that has an earned interest account, I would suggest lawyering up and going after these people to get your assets back. We will have to wait for the bankruptcy court just to go through due process, but when the time comes, fight for your assets, because if you expect them to just do it for you, probably not going to happen. I am thankful, though, that Blockfi seems to be more communicative and kind of less shady than a lot of these other companies, but still, they're going to do with what's in the law. They're going to corroborate. They're not going to go above and beyond. And probably whoever has the resources to fight for their own assets is going to get more than just individual little people that just either let it go, not paying attention, or just don't have the time or money to go after them. So that's pretty much what's going on. I mean, we can hear from Nervesa, but we already know what she's going to say.
Oh my god. Okay, it's down 2 cents. Oh my god, it's down another 3 cents.
Yeah, I was kind of telling you not to worry about it, but I guess who knew? Who knew that Nervesa was right all along?
What's happening?
I mean, really, there's no point in panicking right now. All we can do is wait. And really, when you're making investments, you're putting in what you're willing to risk. So we don't want anyone to be shady with our investment, but we are mindful that this is kind of how capitalism and the game works.
I've got $5 in here on the line.
Thanks, Nervessa. Thanks, Work From Homebodies, for watching. Make sure you like this video and share with a friend if you got this far. Watch this video next. Let me know what you think in the comments, what videos you'd like to see next, and we'll see you next week. Bye. I don't know, I just didn't think it would ever happen.